So here's why you never want to button mash in Monster Hunter or any other action RPG or action game for that matter. So if we look at the log of what's going on over time in a typical battle scenario, on the top here I have red bars which represent the monster's attack, and on the bottom I have the green bars which represent Hunter or the player's attack. Now this combo on the bottom here is the Sword and Shield combo for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and it's just lateral return, round slash, chop, lateral, and that's all the time I have for that combo. The plus just indicates the Y plus B press. Now you don't have to understand Sword and Shield to benefit from what I'm talking about here, because this applies to every single weapon in the game. You just replace this Sword and Shield combo with a typical combo that your weapon uses. Okay, this is a good situation where the monster finishes attack, and assuming I'm in position, I start to attack the desired monster part. I do lateral return, round slash, chop, lateral, and then I stop there. The monster does his next move and we go on our merry way. Now notice here the button inputs are lined up perfectly when the attack begins. The full animation for each attack fully played out, and then the next input perfectly buffered and inputted such that there's no delay between each of these attacks in the combo. So this is good. Notice there's no multiple inputs as well. You know, for each single button press put in, a single attack comes out. All right, so let's look at the bad situation. So let's say I have a bad habit of double inputting the chop button after the round slash, because round slash here, you can see, takes a little bit longer to do, and because it takes a little longer time to do, I'm not fully sure when to actually input the chop. You know, there's just like that ambiguity of when to hit the chop, right? And this typically happens because I don't go to the training room, I don't practice, I don't know my weapon well enough. So what a newish hunter will do, they'll kind of double tap the Y button so that they can execute the chop. And what typically can happen is, because they don't know when the actual time to press the chop happens, they actually press the chop too early here, which is represented by this first Y button press. And you can see that Y button press is actually during the later part of the round slash, so it hasn't fully registered as a buffered input. And because they realize that it didn't come out, they have this delay here, which is indicated by this gap here, and they have to actually press the Y button again to actually execute the chop. And because their inputs aren't perfect, they're introducing this delay in the timeline, and that extends the chop out here. And you can see this is actually the same monster attacks for the same scenario, and because they extended the chop here, they've extended their lateral into the monster attack, and when this situation occurs, they're going to get hit by the monster. And because they keep doing this and they keep ingraining bad habits in their button inputs, they're not going to learn the optimal punish combo for this situation, and it's just going to take them exponentially longer to learn. Some of them might not even actually learn what the optimal punish is, and it all stems from not inputting the button's inputs perfectly and with single button presses. So this is why it's super important to go to the training room and learn the perfect buffered inputs for single button presses. So you should be able to do your combo with single button presses and perfectly buffering your inputs so that you spend no extra time in your combos like this gap here. The effects of doing this properly propagate to many aspects of your gameplay, because it takes two to tango when you're fighting the monster, and if you are a bad dance partner to your monster, the dance just doesn't happen, and learning your part in the dance is the first step to becoming a really good hunter. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching.